the suicides have been so troubling. What do we have, 6 of them?
7.
7 now. 7, and a new one. What is going on with that? And I mean, I know this was a focus of the DOJ report, and there was a mandate to increase the number of caseworkers to 10 by a couple of years from now, but don't you need to do that right now?
Yeah, we're you know, by the end of the spring, we'll have 11 licensed clinicians as opposed to just 3. So
that was ridiculous.
Well,
3?
Yeah, I agree. You know, I think not just in Chicago, but I think law enforcement in general, we just never thought about officers' mental wellness, mental health wellness, and their physical wellness. You know, when I was on the streets, you were involved in a police shooting, they gave you 3 days off and put you right back out there. And that was just the wrong way to do it. So we recognize now that we have to do a better job of ensuring that these police officers are 100% mentally ready and physically ready.
But what's going on, do you think? I mean, this is a real spate.
Yeah, it's been an uptick in the last few months. And what is it? I think that, you know, the pressures of the job is one thing, but then I think people forget police officers are people too. So they have the same trials and tribulations that everybody has. You know, they have issues at home. They have mortgages, tuitions. You know, they might have some bills that are late. So they have to deal with that along with when they come to their 8-hour job, guess what they go out and do a lot of times? They go into people's homes who are suffering those same issues, and they have to try to resolve those things. So I think all those pressures contribute to it. But what I can tell you is this,
but it's a lousy time to be a cop, isn't it?
I wouldn't say that, Fran. You know,
in Chicago, though, I mean, when you realize, do you feel like, the morale is pretty low?
No, I wouldn't say that. What I would say is the morale took a big hit back in 2015, 2016. I think it's steadily been coming up. But, you know, we deal with problems every day. We deal with other people's problems, and we have our own problems, you know, and I think that where we've fallen short in law enforcement, not just in Chicago, but overall, we fail to make reaching out for help normal. And so now...
Is it a macho thing?
Yeah, of course it is. You know, the military, police department, law enforcement, fire departments, it's a macho profession. So we have to do a better job of normalizing seeking help. You know, I tell people all the time. Not a sign of weakness. It's not. It's a sign of courage when you reach out to get help, because you have to unpack these things. You know, I tell people all the time, when I was a sergeant, I was going through a difficult time. Now, I had no suicidal thoughts or anything like that, but I knew I needed to unpack what I was thinking about. And I called EAP, and I talked to a counselor for about 2 hours. And after I spoke to that person, yeah, just one time.
Have you sought counseling in your, I mean, are you leading by example and seeking counseling yourself? Or?
Yeah, I've been to counseling before, so that's...
For a long period of time?
Maybe for a month or so.
And for what?
Domestic issues. Yep.
Okay.
Family issues.
Family issues.
You know, so that's nothing unusual. We have the same issues everybody else does. You know, so when I went through it, you know, it kind of cleansed me, and to be honest, I felt like an anchor had been taken off my shoulders. You know, so I'm trying to get officers to recognize that's not weakness, that's courage. And as law enforcement and legislators, we have to make it easier for police officers to seek treatment if they're having some mental health issues.
So you're going out to roll calls and telling them about your own experience? I mean, what are you doing to try to combat this?
So we've created a video that's going out to the department, you know, where exempt members and rank and file police officers are telling their stories to let people know it's not unusual for anyone to ask for help. You know, when you think about it, back when I reached out to EAP, I was a sergeant. This was the early 2000s, right? And now I'm the superintendent of the second largest police department in the country. So that lets people know that you can utilize those services and it won't damage your career. You know, Governor Rauner, to his credit, last year he signed a bill that allowed police officers to seek mental health treatment without losing their FOI card. You know, so we don't want to punish their FOID card. So we don't want to punish people for seeking help. We should encourage them to seek help, and we should be there for them. These police officers have a rough job every day. They do. So the least we could do is support them.